Morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Lockwoods Lockdown. And what we are going to be talking about today is we're actually going to come right away from technical stuff today. And we're going to concentrate a little bit more on your mindset and perhaps some things that you can do better out on the golf course. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question. Are you one of those people that always says, I cannot take my range work out onto the golf course? If you are, you need to listen very, very carefully, because the reason why you probably can't take your stuff from the range to the golf course is for two reasons. One, you're probably not practicing efficiently enough. And two, your mindset on the golf course is completely wrong. I see so many people out on the golf course, and people that come and have lessons and perhaps don't have lessons with me, with others, is that they say, I take all of my technical stuff out on the golf course and it doesn't work. Well, that's probably the reason why it doesn't work. Is that if I was the worst basketball player in the world and I would practice, I don't know how basketball's thrown, I would practice having my elbow underneath my hand, perhaps springing off my legs and trying to throw it into the hoop. When I'm out in a game scenario, the last thing I'm going to be thinking about is my right elbow underneath my hands and am I springing off my legs? What I am going to be focusing on is throwing that ball through that hoop. And that is going to be my only goal. So whether I do it right or wrong, it doesn't matter in game scenario. But as long as I'm reacting to that target, that gives me a much, much higher chance of getting that basketball through that net. So think about this. Are you someone that stands on that first tee thinking about, have I got my spine tilted in the right place? Is the ball position right? Have I got to stay behind the ball? I've got to hit up on it a bit more. I've got to swing a bit right on it. If you are, that's wrong. Don't do it. You need to be more focused on the target than anything else, because our brains will react to that far better than we will blocking our brains with all this technical aspect. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to try and learn some things that are going to help you become more target orientated when you're playing, and also dissociate between what's technical practice and what's competitive practice. Just to explain, technical practice is when we are practicing kind of movements in our swing. Competitive practice is when we're trying to apply those, bit like putting pressure on ourselves when we're out onto the golf course. So essentially we become comfortable being uncomfortable. So what we're going to do is, I've got two stations set up. I've got my net set up, which I will explain in a minute. And I have got, I don't know if you can see it, I think you can, over in the right hand corner here, or the left hand corner of the screen, I've got my mat. And over here I've got a bucket. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go and hit 5 technical balls in that net. After I have done that, I am then going to hit 5 pitches into that bucket that's about 8 yards away. But over here, I am going to be talking about my routine. So some things that I would be doing to help me engage with my target a little bit more. So first of all, let me go over to my technical aspect. Now, in my own swing, I've been working a little bit on shallowing the club a bit more efficiently and rotating through the golf ball a little bit better. I tend to get a little bit thrusty through the ball, so I'm going to try and concentrate on those two things. So over here, I'm going to take my practice to its next extreme level. I'm going to do it really slowly. And I'm just going to hit some real slow-mo, deep technical practice swings here. So I'm taking my time with these. I'm trying to get one or two good rehearsal swings in before I actually hit the ball. I'm just going to speed these up for the point that you're not standing here watching me do my technical practice for too long. But I'd expect you guys to be doing one or two really good practice swings before each motion. Thought I'd just let that one go a little bit more. So over here, what we're going to try to do is we're going